Hey, shalom, shalom, what it do? How y'all doing? It's your brother Zamar, back again with Deal Damn Crown Thinking. I pray and hope y'all been blessed. Pray that y'all been able to grow, evolve, and become what the Most High has designed for you to be. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, we gotta focus on our well-being. I've been tapped into this parasite and detox cleanse. It's been working great. You know what I'm saying? I actually can see the benefits of doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta switch up your diet a little bit, but it's been through. So if y'all want to tap in with it too, make sure y'all hit that link in the description, and it's gonna have a discount code. Tap in, y'all. Make sure y'all being focused on your health, because your health matters a lot. All right. Look, man, I want to talk about this because this is big for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about something that happened in my home state. You know what I'm saying? I lived in Memphis for a little bit. But you know, the young brother named Ezekial Kelly, 19-year-old, had been convicted of going on a rampage, just doing a mass shooting. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I watched the live, you know what I'm saying, when he went live and did it, you know. And you know, what drew me to really do this video is me just thinking about all the people opinions to the situation. You know what I'm saying? All the people's opinions, you know, and at the end of the day, it's a sad situation because he was 19 when he did it. You know what I'm saying? I want to make this clear before anybody misinterpret my whole point of even getting up on here speaking about this situation is not to defend him. You know what I'm saying? I speak condolences to those who lost family members in the situation. I empathize with the people that was shot by the young brother when that situation happened. First and foremost. So I don't want nobody to think that I'm justifying his actions. But in this situation, it does point me to problems. But before the problem come, a lot of time with the youth, there is typically going to be some type of root. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of this stuff that you see, like, you don't really see that happening a lot, where you see like a young black dude just going on a rampage, just shooting random people. Typically, when we are in stressful situations, a lot of times you will see them young brothers, they'll be beefing with each other, and it'll get heinous. They'll do things to each other where it's like, you know, it ain't really no connection with each other. They don't really see it like, hey, we the same people going through the same struggle. It's like, hey, your block, my block. Your people, my people. And that's just how it done turned out. You know, but unfortunately, we do got a very, very diluted viewpoint of our community. Because, you know, I've been seeing people get up on the internet joking the brother. Same people that look like they promote the community to stay in that type of lifestyle. And what I'm saying is, if you talking about spinning the block on the ops, if you talking about popping Percocets, taking X pills, if you talking about drinking and y'all just always drinking all this alcohol and stuff like that and throwing off how your brain work, you support that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it may not be too from an intentional aspect, but I'm talking about anybody that be talking about crashing out, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have nothing against nobody promoting the culture of crashing out, because that's the new thing. He just took it to the extent in which y'all really be talking about that you enjoy in your music, your entertainment, your conversations with people, and even a lot of the things that y'all do when it come down to your ops. You know what I'm saying? But when you look, and a lot of times people might get offended at what I'm saying, because I'm not talking about just an aspect of stuff. I'm talking about the root. So when you look at the root, we as a people are too, you know what I'm saying? It's just in us to be like that. And unfortunately, people don't see that's causing our demise. Like, bro, went to school with somebody and now he ready to go kill the dude because they just got some little opposition with each other, because truth be told, a lot of times there was some type of neglect in your childhood. That's something that you didn't get. So what happens? Young brother get older, he start picking up that weed. You know what I'm saying? That throw off how you think. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't never did nothing harder than that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what it is to really get on an opioid or nothing like that. But I'm thinking about brothers 14, 15, 16 popping X pills, popping Percocets, 10s, 30, you know what I'm saying? Y'all taking these drugs and not even understanding how it works. Because if you go look at the video, man, it's sad because you can tell he was in this euphoric state. You can see it. Like, bro was running around telling us, yeah, nigga, da-da-da, bop, bop, bop. Leave somewhere else. Go do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I go look at that video where bro went live, he don't even look like the same person that you see in the trial because he's sobered up. And he thinking now. And what I get frustrated is like, a lot of y'all making fun of the brother the whole time. You 2 steps away from being how he is. You might just do it in a different type of way. You feel me? But you don't understand that, bro. Like I said, this stuff puts you in a euphoric state. People done did all type of heinous acts, but like I said, it's just frustrating because when I look at the nature of the whole situation, at the end of the day, it's sad because black people don't recognize the flaws that we got. We don't recognize it, you know, and I'm saying this to the brothers in the young generation, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, fairly my age or a little younger, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I think it's necessary for me to bring up that that's a flaw. You know, I know sometimes people may have an issue even when I point out black community issues, but at the end of the day, we got them. And who better to talk about them than us? You know what I'm saying? And I'm coming from an angle of being in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand both sides. You feel me? I listen to elders who teach me, you know, aspects of life, principles of life. I understand what these young brothers feel because I done felt it. You know what I'm saying? Even in times when I didn't have to feel it, but just because of how my environment or my atmosphere was, it will cause you to crash out. And this is what y'all promote. You feel me? But I just want to point out this video, man. I want y'all to look at it from the right angle. Because at the end of the day, this could be you. And if it ain't you, it could be your son. It could be your nephew. It could be your little cousin. And I guarantee you will have a different perspective on this man's outcome. No, and I also advise the parents, the adults, to also look at what the man, it was a victim's brother who ended up getting up and started saying, hey man, your name is Ezekiel. You don't even know what your name represents. Your name is in the Bible. And he ended up saying, he ended up going into how, you know, how his name represented certain things in the Bible. And, you know, he was like, you supposed to be bringing balance and equity and justice. You supposed to be representing the strength of the Most High. But you don't know yourself. And all you see is the little dude crying. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he can't even fully get too emotional because at the end of the day, he know that he has to stand before his fate for what he did. Now, they didn't give him a death penalty, but they gave him 3 consecutive life sentences with more to go. So bro ain't never getting out of prison. But I'm just pointing this out because y'all, I don't know specifically, but from my observance, when I was looking at the video, bro had the white buildup right there on the side of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? He just seemed out of it. His face was just, he was out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think bro just clicked. And ain't no telling really where it was at. He even said it in his trial. You know what I'm saying? To be real, I was in the darkest place, a very, very dark time in my life. You know, and I apologize to the victim's family. And I know my apology ain't enough, but you know, I just hope one day y'all find it in your heart to forgive me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when it come down to it at the end of the day, I want y'all to hear the young brother and understand you are like not far from this man's situation. When I seen it, I empathize because I'm not justifying his acts, but I do understand, like, sometimes people from the outside that ain't never been in a position where you thinking outside of your norm, and it take the right moment and you just flip. There's that movie on Netflix, and I forget what it's called. The mother who her child ended up dying, and she ended up losing her mind. Y'all should go watch that, because I know a lot of people don't like it. They feel like it give a negative picture of black women and single mothers, and it promotes, but come on, man, stop all that. Because at the end of the day, the big problem about black people, we like to avoid the reality of stuff, because we try to get away. And this is why a lot of the young people end up on drugs and stuff like that. But I want y'all to watch this video. Y'all tap in. Let me know what y'all think. It's your brother Zamar. Again, if y'all have a disagreement, put it in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Give me some agreement. What you think? Put it in the comment section. Let us know. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm missing something, I would like to know. You know what I'm saying? But tap in with me. Thank y'all for tapping into the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share it with somebody. Because at the end of the day, it could be somebody that you love. Tap in.
How the case ended, knowing Kelly's never getting out of prison.
This is News Channel 3 at 4.
There's nothing I can say about that day. Everything that occurred, I acknowledge that there's nothing I can say to any of the victims or the victim family.
That is Ezekiel Kelly, a man who will spend the rest of his life behind bars.
The plea comes nearly 3 years after his terrifying, deadly shooting spree across Memphis. Some of it streaming live on social media that put the entire city on lockdown. In the end, 3 people were killed. Thank you for joining us. I'm April Thompson.
I'm Alex Coleman. Kelly was immediately sentenced to 3 life sentences with no parole, plus 221 years. A family member of one victim also had his say in court.
Your name is Ezekiel. It's come from a word in the Bible, fairness, but you can't see yourself. You have lost yourself. The only way you can find yourself is through God.
Those words seem to bring Kelly to tears while on the stand. WRAG's Jarita Patterson was in court this morning.
First-degree murder. One by one, each of the 28 felony charges were read aloud, along with the imposed sentence.
To a period of life.
In the end, after entering guilty pleas to the more than 24 charges, Ezekiel Kelly was given 3 consecutive life terms, plus 221 years. The state went to great detail explaining what would have been presented if the case went to trial, pointing out much of the shooting spree was caught on camera.
Was on Facebook Live talking about just killing 2 people in South Memphis.
That was one of the many hurdles Kelly's defense team
talk to a young man that's 23 years old and say, hey, you know, life in prison is a better alternative to being in the grave.
With tears welling up, Kelly spoke for the first time, struggling, he said, to find the words for those whose lives have forever been changed.
And I also do give apologies, but I know this not enough. It's not enough for the victim family.
With a trembling voice, he continued.
I hope one day in y'all life, y'all come to the point where y'all find in y'all heart to forgive me.
In a surprising twist, at least one family member said forgiveness was given.
You got to be aware of what's in your heart. Always think of what's in your heart.
The district attorney said after many years, the victims and their families are getting the justice they have waited for over the past 1,071 days.
We're not tolerating any kind of violence, but particularly this kind of random violence which terrorized an entire city.
As part of that plea agreement, Ezekiel Kelly waiving his rights to appeals.
How the case ended, knowing Kelly's never getting out of prison.